I think there was some information that came out of it yesterday, but there were a couple times where it went back and forth. I don't know how productive that every exchange was, but there was some profit that we found and discovered yesterday.
Okay, give me one.
Well, one of them was the fact that Mr. Strzok still continues to push back that there was any bias. Now, Chairman Gowdy, even my friend John Ratcliffe, did not say the following, but this is a quote from the IG that report Horowitz said that there's a willingness to take action on this presidential prospect candidate electoral process. The whole thing, this is the IG, and for him to sit there and tell the American people that he had no bias, we saw the 50,000 different texts that were sent. I counted up on the last month, I've exchanged about 150 with my wife back home in North Carolina. This was a problem of distraction, and it was a problem of overwhelmingly bias, and I believe the American people at least saw some of that yesterday.
Okay, some of that, huh? Was it what you expected? Because I think a lot of people were like, whoa, what is going on inside that room?
Well, when combine the two committees, House Oversight and Judicial, with Chairman Goodlatte and Chairman Gowdy, but what you have happened yesterday, what you had happen was a lot of political stunting by the Democrats, bringing up every other issue, because they do not want to get to the facts in this case. Even yesterday in the case, Jim Jordan, I yielded a minute back of my time, which Mr. Strzok revealed for the first time that there could be some information that was shared from Bruce Orr to the FBI, and we know that his wife Nellie basically was responsible for the Hillary Clinton dossier. So there's more that's continued. It's been slow, but there's more and more that's continued to unravel here.
On that point about the dossier, during that exchange with Jim Jordan, it was established, right, that Bruce Orr was given the FBI information, and Bruce Orr had a connection to all of that, did he not?
He was number 4th ranking official in the Department of Justice. I would certainly say so. And the fact that his wife was responsible for the Hillary Clinton dossier, listen, I'm not saying that all these things add up, but most realistic, self-conscious people would say here's a problem here.
Okay, if that's the case, then is that the next wrinkle in this story? Is that what you try and get to next?
It could be. I think the first wrinkle, Bill, is the Lisa Page, the position today. We want to see how pervasive the bias was, and were there more people? We're talking about 2 people. Were there even more that may come out of this equation? So this is not dead. This is not. We're not trying to create some kind of political stunt here. We're trying to get to the facts for the American people.
I got it. You will not be there for the Lisa Page testimony, correct?
I will not, but I've got a couple good friends that I think that will do a good job there today.
And what sort of job comes from that then? What will she offer, do you believe? How will she further advance the story than what we saw yesterday?
Well, think about this. We have only been hearing from Peter Strzok. We are yet to hear Lisa Page's side of this entire process of what was shared. Remember, we still don't have all the text information. Will she share more of that? But I think the 2 driving points home was did she have a pervasive bias? Will she reveal even more of Peter Strzok's bias? And I think those are the 2 things that we've got to get to the bottom of, hopefully today. But like I said, we'll see what kind of information comes out of this deposition. 2 more
quick questions. Do you believe there will be criminal referrals that go to the Department of Justice as a result of this hearing, sir?
I believe that we're on the track to potentially do that. I don't want to be too premature in saying that absolutely. But if more and more of these pieces come together, I would not be surprised if that is not the trail that ends up.
Last question. A Democratic colleague yesterday said Peter Strzok deserved a Purple Heart for what he has done.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I was in the room, and my immediate impulse was the offensive nature of the men and women who really deserve the Purple Heart, who hold the Purple Heart, that he would play this level of politics, that he would use their sacrifice for a political message. I thought it was distasteful, and I hope that he's hearing from not only his constituents, but the entire country today.
We'll follow